Hello. Welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would do a little after work routine type video. Obviously, as you guys probably know, but I do live in my bus full time and I do work a 9-to-5 remote job. So my after work routine looks very different. In fact, are there different routines when you live on the road? I don't know. Life changes so much in this lifestyle, and I have this weird balance of like office job part-time to like living on the road, this really like spontaneous and typically like flexible lifestyle. So it's a really interesting mix of, I feel like, two worlds that I'm kind of currently living. So yeah, I thought I would film this video as my after work routine. So I'm almost done for the day. I'm just gonna do a couple more emails and stuff like that. But after that, usually the bus gets a little bit messy if I don't take a break and clean up during the day. So I'm about to do that right now. It is a beautiful day outside. I am like so impressed. I found this little free campground. There's pretty much nobody around. I woke up to roosters this morning because there's a couple farms kind of around here, which was so lovely. And then today's been like, it feels like actual summer today, which I'm so excited about because I've been a little bit chilly the last couple weeks and it feels so nice. I'm finally in shorts and a tank top and I'm gonna go work out outside and I feel so happy about it. So that's my update. I will chat to you guys a little bit later because I feel like I have a couple other updates to share with you, but currently in Montana, and tomorrow I'm actually heading into Glacier National Park, so very excited about that. But it is time to get this place cleaned up and kind of reset before my evening routine kind of starts. The other thing that I'll say is I do work my 9-to-5, but I continue to work on Eastern Standard Time, so I finish my job pretty early over here because right now I'm on Mountain Time. So yeah, I finish my job pretty early, which means I have so much time after work to like hang out, work out, clean, make dinner, read, all the good stuff. So okay, that's my plan. Let's get this place cleaned up. And I'm watching Film Cooper. I don't know why I got so like into his channel. I think I said this in actually one of my previous videos. Like, for YouTubers, I get really attached to like a certain YouTuber and binge like all their content and will be stuck on them for like, I don't know, sometimes it varies. Sometimes it's just like a day, sometimes it's a couple months, I don't know. But Film Cooper, I've been stuck on his videos and his series about MILF Manor, if you've ever, oh my god, I don't want to talk about it anymore, but it is like, I'm laughing my head off the whole time. So I'm gonna continue watching that and I will get this place cleaned up. Redo these clothes bins as well.
From the mighty sound of a voice that calls us until we're finally found. Till we're finally found. Standing in your presence now.
You guys like my hair? I did little space buns today. They're very loose, but yeah, I don't know why. I just decided I would. They're kind of cute. I'm gonna leave them in for my workout. I think they'll probably stay okay, but this past weekend, I went to my first ballet class in, I think this is my first dance class in 5 years. I grew up dancing as a competitive dancer since I was 7 and competed all throughout university and everything like that. Ballet was always my favorite style, but just, I don't know, not for any reason necessarily, but kind of COVID happened and then you know, I wasn't really in one place, and so I just haven't gone back to dance class. And I found a drop-in adult ballet class this weekend, and it was so fun, but I am so sore. There's so many like little tiny muscles that ballet especially like trains and strengthens, and when you lose them, because you don't use those types of muscles in any other kind of exercise form, there's so many tiny little muscles and I'm like, whoa. Those are so like weak, but also they're so sore now. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was actually a really hard class. I expected that it was just gonna be a beginner class. It was gonna be really easy for me to just like pick up on, but it was an intermediate to advanced class, which I was not expecting at all. And I was so impressed with how much your body just like remembers. Like I feel like my brain wasn't comprehending things as quickly, like picking up the choreography as quickly as it used to, just because it's kind of out of practice, but my body remembered everything. Like it got right back into it. I mean, you looked in the mirror and you were like, that doesn't look like how I remember that I used to look, but my body remembered everything that it was supposed to do, which is so wild. Muscle memory is so crazy. So that was my update of this weekend, and I also got a tiny coloring book from Target, and I started coloring this weekend, which was super fun and calming. So this is my other little hobby that I have now. Netflix finally found out that I do not live at my parents' house, so they kicked me off, which is fine, and I decided to just not bother getting my own streaming service. So I have been not watching any movies or TV or anything like that for the past, since the cottage, so end of July. I haven't logged in at all. I have, when I'm connected to Wi-Fi during the day when I'm working, I do usually have my YouTube playing, or podcasts or videos or whatever I have in the background, but once I shut it off after my work day, that's kind of it. So picked up a coloring book, so when I'm listening to podcasts I can like do something if I just kind of want to like hang out or chill, but I don't feel like reading, which is obviously my other very big hobby. So those are my updates. I'm gonna drink some water and then let's find a workout video, I think, and then we'll step outside. I need to show you this campsite. It's very beautiful. It's right beside this really, really pretty like babbling brook, I'm gonna call it, and it's just so pretty to hear it like throughout the day. Just I love the sound of running water. It's so pretty. So let's go check out this campsite and then we'll get my workout in. was in the middle of my workout and I saw a text on my phone, and look, okay, usually some days I'm very focused in my workout and I completely turn my phone off, everything's on do not disturb, because I'm very focused and I like my time to work out. But today, no, I saw a text on my watch from the friend that I'm supposed to be meeting up with tomorrow, who says that they have a sore throat, and I don't know why the last 2 weeks for some reason, like this has been a plan for over a month, but for the last like week and a bit to 2 weeks, I've been like worried that it isn't gonna happen for some reason. I think because A, it's a newer friend, and B, we planned this for like definitely close to 2 months at this point, and then I got a text that they have a sore throat. So now I'm feeling stressed out because I'm already super nervous for tomorrow, and yeah, so I don't know, hopefully they'll feel fine tomorrow and still come. I said I'm not too worried about it, like they feel fine and it should be okay, but anyways, we're gonna do some Bulgarian lunges to cope with this stress feeling, okay? Yo, this next exercise is decline push-ups. Girl, first of all, I only have that picnic bench, and second of all, that's gonna be a no for me. We're gonna modify that one. I'm just going to pretend that tomorrow is still happening, so I'm gonna get my stuff organized. Oh, you can't even see. I have this little corner filled with all of the stuff that I have ready for camping tomorrow, so I'm gonna keep getting that ready and finish packing everything that I had on my list to do today. I don't know why I feel so weird about this, and I literally thought about it like 2 weeks ago. I started getting this weird feeling. I was like, Ellie, you're just freaking yourself out. Like, it's fine. Don't stress about it. Whatever happens, happens. And now I'm like... Anyway. Okay, I'm gonna finish packing this stuff up. I'm gonna do a little face mask as well, and then we're gonna have a little mini shower. So that is the plan for the next little bit. I'm gonna continue watching Film Cooper for a bit longer, and then I'll disconnect my Starlink and we'll fully disconnect for the rest of the night. But I'm going to do this for the next little bit, and you can all cross your fingers for me that tomorrow happens and that it goes well, and that they're not super sick, and all of the things, because I really want to go to Glacier, and we were going camping and hiking, and I took the day off on Wednesday, so I'm oversharing. Okay, packing. Why is my pajama bin always a mess? I'm also packing just about every season of clothing. At first in here I have so much winter stuff because I thought it was going to be snowing and freezing, which it might still be in the mountains, so I'm keeping my jacket, my winter hat, my mitts, like I'm keeping everything in here because I don't want to be cold. But now it's like super warm. It's like, I think it's like 15 degrees Celsius right now with the bright sun outside, and I think it's supposed to be the same tomorrow, so maybe that means I'll get to wear shorts. That is so exciting. Oh, okay, that's so exciting. My mirror also broke this morning. It fell off of the counter. You can't even see my face. It fell off the counter and onto the floor, and this bottom piece is smashed out, and the actual mirror piece became unglued as well. So we're gonna need to do some hot gluing work this evening as well. And you know what? That's just gonna be a good enough fix, honestly. At least it's only in 2 pieces, so I feel like we're good. This is the only mirror I have in the bus as well. I really don't feel like getting another one because I love this mirror. Anyway, we're getting out my stuff for a show. Oh, face mask, I forgot. the lineup we've got going on tonight. I recently picked up this Dr. Bronner's lavender soap, which I've been trying to use as shampoo as well. And so far it's been good. I have used Dr. Bronner's in the past, and I don't know what made me want to start again, but regardless, I've gotten this now, which we can use for obviously a ton of other purposes. So yeah, so far my review is pretty good. And I do still really like this face wash as well. I bought it before I knew it was like a popular thing. I remember just seeing it in the store last year, and I went to buy it, and the girl checked me out, was like, wow, this is like super popular brand. And I was like, oh, okay. It was like kind of cheap, and also the packaging is cool. But yeah, this is the plan for the evening. This is totally getting in my hair because I'm using my tiny viewfinder. Do you hear the roosters in the background, by the way? I think that's the farm that's beside me. It's pretty fun, honestly. I would come out here and talk a little bit about routines, because obviously that's what this video kind of is my night routine. But as you can probably guess, I really don't have very many routines when I'm living on the road, because things change all the time. My environment is literally always different. But as I mentioned kind of earlier, I do work my 9-to-5 job, so my normal job. So my routines usually are that I try to stay put for the majority of the week, whether that's kind of like usually a 4-day period, so like a Monday to a Friday, or I'm driving on the Monday and then driving again on the Saturday, or something similar to that, so that I'm in kind of one spot for the majority of my working week. It just makes things a little bit easier, and then also helps me kind of balance something like a routine, which means that most kind of after work days do look kind of similar, whether that be going for a walk or doing a workout or doing, you know, yoga or some kind of movement, especially if the weather is nice like this. Even if it's not, I actually designed the bus perfectly so that I could fit a yoga mat exactly between my two counters and lengthwise as well, so that I could do like little workouts inside the bus too. And so usually that's kind of what my after work routine looks like, is a little bit of like reorganization of the bus, and then some kind of movement really comes after that. And really after that, my night routine vastly changes, especially when I'm changing time zones, obviously, because like now in Mountain Standard Time, I have so much more time after work than I do in the morning. The one thing I will note though is I am definitely a morning person, so I do like getting up and actually working earlier in the day and then finishing earlier. It just works better with my kind of natural productivity and flow. But I was noticing that I was missing out on my morning routine, which the things that I really like to do in the morning, I always wake up and make coffee. That's like my first thing that I do. And I was really missing out on the things that I used to do in my normal kind of like at-home routine, which is before work I would read and journal. And I was really missing that because for the past couple weeks I was waking up only like an hour before work started, so I didn't even have time to do anything like that. And so now I've been waking up at 5 a.m. and I start work at 7. So I've been able to actually have some time to myself in the morning to do my reading and my journaling and read my Bible and everything like that. And so that's actually been really nice. that really is definitely my morning routine, and that pretty much stays exactly the same. My mornings really always look similar, kind of no matter what I'm doing. But then my evening routines definitely change a lot. Sometimes I need this time because I'm supposed to get to a certain destination and I need this time to be driving. Sometimes I just need this time to plan out like where I'm going in the next few days, which, as kind of a rough routine, my planning days are usually Thursdays, because that typically falls on like the busiest time of the work week is over. I'm usually driving on either a Friday or a Saturday, or I'm driving the whole weekend because I need the weekend to do driving and catch up on chores. So usually my Saturdays are driving into like a bigger town or city and then getting all of my chores done. Mostly grocery shopping, that's the one that has to get done every week. And then there's always little things that come up when I'm kind of outside of a town. Obviously I don't really drive every single day if I can help it, and so I'm not in town or shopping every day, so I usually kind of create a list throughout the week if there's anything else that I kind of need. That can also include like doing laundry, getting water, going to a dump station, getting crickets for my geckos, all things like that. Like driving and chore days, which always fall on the weekends. And then from there, really, things kind of change. I mean, I do cook every day as well, so my evenings definitely revolve a lot around cooking and cleaning. I am starting to get, I don't like the word burned out, but I think in the last couple days, I do feel a little bit better now, but in the last couple days I was having a bit of trouble with, I think, decision fatigue. It's one thing to be living this lifestyle and it's another thing to live this lifestyle alone, because you have to be in control of everything and make every single decision yourself. Where you're going every day, where you're getting water every day, like if your tanks are full, if your tanks are empty, do you have enough power for the day? I do find sometimes that I need to be a little bit more responsible, for lack of a better term, because I have to make every single decision myself, including a little bit concerning work especially as well. Like, I do need to make sure that I'm in a good spot to get good internet every day from those times, and you know, just organizing my calendar a little bit more strictly than people typically do living this lifestyle. Again, like I said, it's a weird contrast because it's a very free, kind of like freeing off-grid lifestyle, but at the same time I'm very connected and I do like to keep up with routines as much as possible, especially when it comes to work and getting that healthy balance of, like, I love my bus so much, and obviously I designed and built the bus all myself, and so it is perfect. Like, everything about it is exactly the way I want it to be. Everything is so perfect that I can actually get stuck up in there and like barely go outside some days, especially because I'm working again for 8 hours of the day. But I also just love it so much, and the feeling inside the bus is just so amazing for me that I don't always feel the need to go outside or spend that much time outside. Like, it is a small space, but it really doesn't feel that way to me at all. So every day does look a little bit different. Like I said, I do try and turn off my internet or Starlink close to after work. Whether sometimes it's like right after work, like I'm done, I'm shut down, and I don't want to be on my phone anymore, so I just turn everything off. And some days I am like everybody else and I just want to watch YouTube and rot for a couple hours, and then I usually leave it on for, you know, a couple hours more. I do like to get my reading in, and I really like to get my movement in at least a couple times a week for sure. Like I said, this past weekend I was able to go to a ballet class, or when I was in Canada I would use my gym membership and I would try to go to at least 1 or 2 gym classes a week, which was also a really amazing routine that I found myself in there. If I am traveling longer distances though, I do have weeks where I'm just hopping from parking lot to parking lot, like working in one parking lot, sleeping in another, and just driving like as many hours in the day as I can. But obviously, because, you know, weekends are my time off, but they're also my driving time, I do need to separate between, is this an adventure-filled weekend or is this a driving and a chores weekend? Is there a certain place that I'm trying to get to? And in that case, how can I break down my driving schedule to make sure that I'm getting there for the right day or the right time of month or the right time of year or whatever it might be? And then, of course, life on the road always gives you little unexpected challenges, so there's always things that are breaking or need to be fixed, which I did not fix my mirror today, and I'm probably gonna do it tomorrow because I literally just don't feel like doing it tonight. But there's always little things that kind of come up like that, and so sometimes I do flip-flop between being busy and bored, just kind of how I feel in this lifestyle sometimes. People do ask, this is now me just ranting, but people do sometimes ask if I get lonely living by myself, which I've never lived by myself before moving into the bus, so I was definitely worried about it. And no, honestly, I've been pretty good. I really don't feel very lonely being by myself. I've had a couple very short spurts of loneliness, but all in all, it's been just such an amazing experience, and I'm very grateful for it every single day. The bus feels like my friend. As weird as that sounds, it feels like we've just like been through so much together that it just feels like a person at this point. It just feels like my friend. And yeah, I love every part of it. I love her with all my heart, and it's been a really fun experience to have this and to do this by myself, and I definitely do not regret that decision, and I don't think I really want it to change either. Obviously life presents itself and changes in the way that it's going to, but I'm really happy with the routines that I've been able to build with myself, and kind of knowing my limits now of when I'm getting overwhelmed or burnt out, or just understanding how to make the best of this kind of current life situation that I'm in. So that's my little chat on routines, and it is almost time for dinner. This is a gorgeous fall day though. I feel very grateful that I have this place out here because it is absolutely beautiful. And because my environment changing is all the time, sometimes you feel very at home in certain places, sometimes you just get an off feeling about where you are. Sometimes it's just, it takes something else to force you to get up and move, and then you realize that like the place that you were at wasn't feeling right. And that can happen a couple times as well. But that leads into a whole other rant about trusting yourself and making decisions and all of that, which we do not need to get into tonight. So that is how I feel. I'm going to make dinner in a little bit, but actually it's really nice to be sitting out here, so I might actually grab an audiobook and my coloring book and just kind of sit in the sun for a little while. But I definitely need sunglasses on. As you know, because I mentioned this so many times before, I do have sunburns on my eyes, so my eyes are really sensitive to light. Make sure to protect your eyes as a PSA, because you can get sunburns on your eyes and they don't really go away. They kind of dampen down, but my eyes are very, very sensitive to light now, so I'm facing away from the sun, but that's about my limit to having my eyes open without sunglasses on outside. So I'm gonna go grab those, and maybe we'll hang out for a little bit more, soak in all of the sun while it's here. I went to go see Something Rotten, and I've been absolutely obsessed with the soundtrack ever since then. I've just been jamming out to it basically non-stop. It has been so much fun.
Would you stay till the morning light, or would you follow me, or would you let it be? If I leave tonight, we could do this right. We'll find the remedy, or would you stay with me now till the morning light? Before you turn away, I just want you to know that I didn't throw your stuff away. Before you make up your mind that I'm nowhere to find, I'm standing right here. I know.
I have the porter sneeze, it's official. I've had it since I was little. What you gotta do? There's lunches and meetings and poetry readings and this interview. Pen and ink. Don't make me go through it. Can somebody get me a drink? It's hard. It's hard. Really hard. Oh, annoyingly hard. Hard, baby. Being famous is so much more fun. The readings are endless. Innkeeper friend wants to name a drink after me. But honey, believe me, it's hard. We are back to cooking with Ellie, so welcome to dinner time. This is a very consistent part of my routine because I do cook pretty much every single day. I actually went out for a meal this past weekend for dinner on Saturday, and that was the first time that I have not cooked for myself in quite a long time, and it was very needed. Like I said, I was getting a little bit burnt out, decision fatigue, kind of in like just like a weird place, and that really helped. It was very, very nice, a nice little treat for myself. But we're back to cooking today. I'm also wearing my Camaro shirt, which is one of my favorite shirts ever because this has been my dream car since I was little bitty. But today for dinner, we're going to make a big kale salad with some fried, is that the right word? I don't know, pan-seared, whatever, some sweet potato. We've got mushrooms, we've got broccoli, we've got a rainbow, beautiful carrots. We do have sauerkraut as well, so I might throw that on the top afterwards. And then we've got this dressing, which, where did it go? It's a pear gorgonzola dressing, which was really, really good last time I had it. So I'm going to throw that on the top there. Got some tomatoes, still got a green pepper that I do need to use up as well. And we do have some asparagus, but I think that will be for another time. Got one green onion left, so we might as well use that up too. Or should I save it for tuna tomorrow? Oh, hard choices, isn't it? Definitely difficult. You know what, I might do red onion. Save the poor green onion for tomorrow, and if I don't eat it, well, I just will. I'll eat it tomorrow. That is my plan. I feel like I was gonna make something else with it. I did get, ooh, should I make that? I bought frozen garlic bread. I have no idea why. I was just really craving it. I might just heat up a piece of that to have on the side as well. And I'm going to have some skim milk too. Fun fact about me, I was obsessed with skim milk. Like all growing up, that's the only type of milk that we got. Like we didn't get any fuller fat milks. And as I grew up, like even through high school and university and everything like that, I really do not like the taste of like especially 2% milk. I can't drink it. It tastes so gross to me. Even 1% is like too much for me. So skim milk I will stick with, and drinking milk with dinner feels like home to me. Like when I'm at home, I have milk every single day with dinner, and I don't usually have it when I'm on my own, which is weird. Why don't I do that? I don't know. I just don't buy milk super often, but I think I'll have that with dinner tonight, and it will feel very nice and nostalgic. So this is what the counter is looking like. I will continue singing to my musical, and yeah, let's go. Also, if you've never tried raw sweet potato before, I love it. I mean, it tastes like exactly like you would think, but a very starchy, kind of like carrot. It's very sweet and starchy. I love it. I think that's why I also really love papaya, like a fresh papaya. But raw sweet potato, try it. So good. I also have all of these cute little colored plastic cups, which I use occasionally anytime that I need a cup that I'm not drinking out of my water bottle or my soda stream, which is I'm still loving. But this is my cute little cup. They're all different colors, and of course I'm going to be using the green one today because it is my favorite color. So, small cooking update. I've started using coconut oil, which you probably saw in my other clip, but I've started cooking with that in the hopes to use just like less oil and fats, because I get in this routine of just like pouring olive oil in the pan and not like really paying attention to portion size that much, which I know I should be, just like for general health reasons. So I started cooking with coconut oil, which has been going very well so far. And then I also was listening to another audiobook as well, and I'll probably talk about it a little bit more in another video, so I won't really get into the details right now. But one of the things that he suggested is adding wheat germ and eating a little bit of this every day. So I've been adding some of that to like one meal a day, just to try and help overall longevity in life. I feel like when I turned 24 to 25 especially, I was like really thinking about paying more attention to a lot of different aspects in my life, but especially talking about like longevity and health and general like fitness, the reasons why we're working out. Not that I ever had an unhealthy relationship with any of these topics by any means, but just that I think it's a bit more important to learn about them as we age, and also watching my parents and my grandparents get older. Yeah, it's just something that I've been thinking about a lot more recently, so all of these different things I'm just trying to learn a little bit about, and seeing like what small habits and changes that I can make in my 20s that are actually going to make a big difference in my 40s and 50s, and on and on and on, I hope. So that is the goal. But this mixture is almost done, so I'm going to top it off on my kale bowl, and then cook up a little piece of garlic bread and then we'll be all ready for dinner. You know, my goal is always to overflow my bowls. I definitely eat not very many meals, though I do snack, but when I do eat meals, which is like probably 2 significant meals a day, typically, sometimes it's more, but they usually look a little bit overflowing, and that's the way I like them. Just throwing on some hemp seeds as well as that wheat germ on the top as well. And we are ready. Dinner is served. So I've been singing along to Something Rotten, as you guys know, which is a musical that me and my mom went to see at Stratford, which my friend is starring in. And anyway, I've been like in love with the soundtrack. I've like memorized almost the whole thing at this point. It's so funny to me. The play was so amazing and the characters are so hilarious. Anyways, and so I was at my mom to play this, and she was listening to it last night. And now we've been texting. She did call me, and she has this meeting tomorrow at 8 AM, and we were like, you should just do it as a musical, because that's like the theme of the play, if you missed my last video where I talked about it. And now we've been texting back and forth using all of her like company terminology, but in place of all the lyrics of the songs, and it is so funny. I'm still like eating away over here, but just laughing so hard. Like, we're picturing all the different like characters of cast of like people that are at her work, singing about like their competitors, and then singing about like just all the different products that they make and everything. Oh my gosh, it's been so funny. So I've had a wonderful dinner time. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, we've been having like too much fun. You notice. And it's supposed to create a dramatic effect. So you just sit there asking yourself, why aren't they talking? Sounds miserable. I believe it's pronounced miserable. People actually like this? No, they love it. And what's not to love? It's such a delight. There's nothing quite like a musical. I your lap, then fingers snap. It's called a dance break. And apparently this happens in musicals as well because it's entertaining. 5, 6, 7, 8. The repartee and the women are risque and the chorus boys are kinda gay. Musical. Die if it isn't a fantasy, take it from me. This pot. Through the Okay, well now we have eaten and cleaned up, and one of my last things that I'm doing is feeding the girlios. This part of my routine happens at around this time of night, usually kind of after dinner time. But for those of you that don't know, my leopard geckos are fully grown and they have been for quite some time, actually the entire time that I have had them. And they only eat once every 3 or 4 days. So this is not an everyday kind of occurrence, obviously, but today we're going to give them some dinner. So they're already awake, I saw them out, but unfortunately I had to turn on the light, which I know is not their most favorite thing. So let's get them awake and get them some yummy crickets. First step is always to make sure there's no crickets standing on the lid, because that's definitely happened before and we've had to catch multiple loose crickets here in the bus, but hey ho, is what it is. I wouldn't change anything because I absolutely love having the girls with me. Hello, girlies. Are we hungry? I'm hoping to feed Echo today because she is the one that I feed with tongs. Blue does hunt, but Echo does not. So, last time when I tried to feed her the other day, sometimes we think that she might be like a little bit blind, and that's why she needs the cricket to be kind of held right up to her mouth as I'm doing now. And if she like jumps for it and misses it too many times, she gets embarrassed and just walks away and stops, like won't come back out to be fed again. So that's what happened yesterday, unfortunately. The poor girl. Oh, good job, girl. Yes, good job. And so I was really hoping that she would eat today, and she is, and I'm so proud of her because these crickets are kind of big. I do get large crickets, but sometimes they're a little bit bigger than I'm expecting, and you need to make sure that they are sized properly for the mouth size of the gecko, because sometimes they can get like a little bit intimidated if the cricket is kind of too big for them. Blue, you're staring at your sister eating. Can you chase your own cricket, girl? Oh, I dropped it. Did you see that? Caught it. It did take me a while to get used to the crickets, and especially grabbing them with the tongs and everything, because, well, tweezers, but that did take me a while to get used to. It was very hard for me at the beginning, but it's become, as you can see, much easier now. I do usually, by the way, hold this in here because crickets tend to jump, and so I usually, when the lid is off, grab them, and in case they jump or fall off, then at least they land inside the terrarium, but that's not the best for filming, so we're just gonna continue on like this. Usually I know that she's done eating, which sometimes it changes, like sometimes she'll eat multiple crickets a day, sometimes she won't, but usually I know when she's done, she'll start essentially like bobbing her head kind of away from the tongs, like kind of backing up or bobbing away and away, and then start walking, and that's when I know she's usually done. If she's really hungry though, her neck is like fully pointed up. She's so excited, she's like jumping at the tweezers, but not today, and that's okay. The girls do go through different periods of eating more and less as well. Sometimes it depends closer or further from when they shed as well, because they do shed, and leopard geckos actually eat their skin sheds as well. So you know, sometimes those cycles just change things a little bit. Blue is going at these crickets. She's inside the little log, if you can see her there, eating a cricket that she chased inside. I just recently bought that for them and they really like it. And I used to have a different one that was kind of similar to that, but I found this one when I was in, I don't even remember because I travel so many different places obviously, and I'm always shopping at different random outlets and stores and stuff like that. I think it was definitely in Canada. I want to say it was in, gosh, Alberta maybe Saskatchewan. Where did I go? I went to a reptile expo. I think I talked to the camera about that one day. Anyway, that is essentially feeding the girls, roughly a every 3-4 day kind of routine for me. Blue, you have a cricket that's stuck on the bottom of your foot, girl. Sort it out. Anyway, they are super cute. They have made appearances in my other videos before as well, but yeah, they are the best. I am now pretty much cleaned up and ready for bed, so I'm going to just brush my teeth, get actually myself ready for bed, finish putting up my window coverings, all that good stuff. And then we'll be about ready to get into bed and to read. I do read a couple chapters every night once I get into bed, but other than that, that is pretty much my night. So I think I will end off this vlog here. Thank you guys so much for following me around and watching me on my kind of night routine. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you do, and I will speak to you guys in the next one. Just remember, every adventure is worthwhile. Keep sharing those stories. Bye guys. Good night. I get to be back in my heart pajamas today. I've been in like long sleeve pajamas for the past couple weeks, but today it was so nice. I'm back in heart pajamas. It's so exciting. Okay, good night.